All right, we're gonna put Velcro in here. I still want to see orange. So what are we gonna put in here? Sewing it in 1.5 inches is a lot of strips. 1.5 inches is what I currently have. We could do it really cool. It'd be.
You want some orange Velcro?
We have orange Velcro?
We might. I think we do. It's gonna be 2-inch.
If you got orange, that'd be fucking cool.
I'm almost certain.
I was about to cover up all this. Yeah, if you got orange Velcro, that'd be rad. You're about 2 hours late, Cody. If you'd have told us we had orange Velcro, we'd have it on the inside of the side piece. Where is that? There it is. Instead of that. What do you think? Is he going to have orange Velcro?
He wouldn't have said it that
Confidently?
confidently. He knows where some's at. Like, he's like, wait a second, that's some orange Velcro, and he threw it on a shelf somewhere. But is the orange going to be orange, or is it going to be like salmon weird?
I bet it's orange. Might as well go ahead and find the center here. And if he thinks it's 2-inch, so we'll go 2, no. We'll go 2, space, 2, space, that'll work. That'll be cool. So it's not as good, but it'll work for this. That'll be cool. So we'll go 2-inch, 1-inch space, 2-inch, nope, that's too much. I guess we're gonna go, let's do less here. So we'll go 2-inch Velcro, 1/2 inch space, 2-inch Velcro. We do all this high vis stuff and then we put Velcro all over it and there's no high vis. What I should have done, like, I didn't know then, but if we'd put the orange in here, that would have given, but I mean, you're going to most dudes are going to cover this shit up anyway. So it's not, we take all the time to do it, but it doesn't end up really mattering. So we'll go 2-inch, 1/2 inch, 2-inch, that'll work. Okay. 1/2 inch, 2-inch, 1/2 inch, that'll work. If you move a few packs, you could get to that. Yep. Why?
Tossed and turned in my sleep last night.
What's the next line?
Woke up next morning.
Who stole your bike?
I don't know. Same shit, different hood. I run away and never come back if I could.
I got this fucked up already. 5.5.
No, because that's 1/2 inch, 2, 1/2 inch, 2.
Maybe. Perfect. All right. We're just going to start putting this shit on here. So.
Shoot. Nope. I never sneeze with the nose.
You never sneeze with a noise?
Like, I don't spray out of my nose or mouth. I always just...
What about when you're alone?
Same thing.
Why?
When I was a kid, somebody told me that it would kill you. It would stop your heart, and so I kept doing it, and now that's how I sneeze constantly.
It's going to make your butthole fall out.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Keeps my butthole tight.
Nope.
Yep. Keeps me using it.
Do you ever see the videos where people try to sneeze like they're not breathing?
If you sneeze and try to hold the sneeze and don't make a sound, that's why you get hemorrhoids.
No, it's not. You get hemorrhoids from lifting a couch with your dad.
Did that happen?
In my middle back, yeah.
Oh, I'm talking about like the little parts that hang out your butthole.
Oh, no. I got one in my internal intestines.
I thought I
Yeah,
herniated.
pop,
I thought I herniated something when I stood up and had that pop.
Mhm.
Like I was fucked up for I don't know a year from that probably. I still feel it every now and then. All right. Yeah, you got that right, buddy. I've got a lot going. Yeah, it looks like the Matrix.
A lot of shit there.
You know, it'd be cool. It'd be cool if the scissors weren't okay.
It'd be cool if you brought another pair of scissors out of that pack over here.
They used to call me John Two Scissors.
Now they only call you John One Scissor.
I watched that diesel towing video. That dude I sent you.
Yeah.
That dude's fucking hilarious, man. Have you ever seen him before?
I've never seen him before.
Did you watch the video?
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm gonna start saying that. I'm gonna have to come up like that was fucking pretty good.
Yeah.
I watched another one, like the one with his daughter, and I don't know if that's just some kid that works for him or her brother or what, but the kids are even fucking funny. And every time he goes out of town, he's like, we're gonna have to buy this thing to drive back. And like, he's like, watch, I'm about to really piss my wife off. Where are we going? Oklahoma? And she's like, and we kept saying the wrong state. I don't remember what it was, where they were going. Somebody had a skid steer, a bobcat stuck, and the water'd frozen, and they couldn't get it out. So he flew out there with a bunch of snatch ropes and a fucking winch in a Pelican box. They all got on the plane, the whole family, and flew to wherever, multiple states over, to do this recovery. So I'm guessing it's all for content, would be my guess. You know, like a Dave, you know, from Diesel Dave and those guys.
Yeah.
And I mean, you never know from watching the videos, but he seems like a fucking really good dude. What's he got? 8 million followers? Like it's a huge channel.
Got a collection of unopened O-lights for $250.
Old ones or something? Where is that at? How'd you find that?
It's in Hanson, Kentucky marketplace.
Oh. I always said I wasn't ever going to own an O-light. I didn't realize that light I just bought was an O-light, or I probably wouldn't have bought it.
What's wrong with them?
They're Satanists
Why?
because they worship the devil.
How?
Because they're Satanists. I'm just making that up. No,
Some of these off-road trailers are pretty bad.
yeah, they are. O-light, and I have, it's a long time ago, but O-light, a lot of people had O-lights catch on fire when they were charging. There are some and there's also $80,000, $100,000 off-road trailers.
So the ones I've seen are in like the $8,000 to $12,000 range.
Are they from China?
These are like secondhand that people have.
So the legit ones are like Patriot trailers and like that, right? They're coming out of Australia, and they're all running like is it Red Energy, Arc Energy or something? Power management and batteries and
Renogy.
nope. It's I'm pretty sure it's Red Energy, or
Yeah, I don't know about that.
that's what Clay and all those dudes from Overland Expedition Overland use. Yeah, it's neat.
That's cool.
Turtleback,
It's got
yeah.
an electrical system.
So-
and everything in it.
That's a small one. Most of them they've got water, fuel, everything inboard,
Yeah.
and they expand. Right, they got a huge awning.
Oh, Icon shocks.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. It's got leaf springs or.
Coilovers.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not coilovers, but coils and shock.
So they'll run a round mount, and it'll articulate.
Right.
So the trailer will do off road.
Mm-hmm.
But I've seen guys. I've watched videos of dudes where they get down a trail that just ends, and then you got to like take it off, push it in the fucking bushes. Yeah, to turn it around, you got to disconnect it. Especially if your woman's guiding you.
Gotta go out with a group of guys.
Amanda was backing down a trail last weekend. I just didn't think she could get up. Like the truck would have got up, but it would off camber so much that her roof line might have hit the side right here. So I'm like, you're gonna have to back out. And she's like, no problem. So I jump in the truck and she keeps looking. I go, you gotta back up like a fucking half mile. Like you can't keep doing this shit. I go, just watch your.
Those cameras are.
That's what I said. I go, just watch the camera works. Just watch the camera.
You would not have a conversation with people that I don't believe it work. Like you can't.
You don't believe in it? What, like the Easter Bunny? Like it doesn't exist? Jaeger used to say that when he'd hear people like, I don't believe in guns. Like the Easter Bunny? Like you don't think it's there? I assure you, I can show you 5 right now. So you can see here, this is sewing. It's a little straight lined here. I'm going to add some tension on. This is 1,000 Cordura right here, whereas everything else we were sewing was 500. Plus, you have the sponginess of the Velcro. It gets way worse when you do hook Velcro. So, all right, this one will be a lot simpler because we don't have lines all over it so far. You carry a gun? I have a gun in your office right now.
Goodworks in Philadelphia?
I don't know where he is. I don't know.
Goodworks. Why do I know that name?
It's just a fucking good dude.
Yeah, I think he's in Philadelphia.
Like, just fucking super good dude. If
Tell him to protect me.
you guys want a fanny pack and you're like, I don't like that John Willis guy, go check out Goodworks. You'll like him. If you don't like me, you'll like Goodworks. Go buy his. Make some real nice stuff. Very nice. What is it?
I saw it the other day and I thought of you.
Oh, I want that. I saw that. Yeah, I saw that. Where is it?
7'4".
It's expensive, isn't it?
$1,000. It's in there still.
So I think that came out of the Mimi's restaurants.
Says they can deliver.
Oh, that's even better. I really want that giant. Oh, I didn't send it to you. I want that giant polar bear. Amanda said it won't fit in the building.
Polar bears are like 9 feet tall.
I think this one's bigger.
I think they're 14 feet.
No, I have a polar bear upstairs, but this one's a big fiberglass polar bear. Like you sit and its paw right here, you could put like a kid standing in the paw. It's big. It's huge. It's at the Patty's restaurant that we went to this weekend. They have like a whole like Santa's Village thing there. petting zoo animals. I sent you those birds, didn't
Yeah.
I? I had one of those golden pheasant for a couple hours.
Yeah, I remember. And then it was gone.
Well, they had them, but there's one in a cage. That's what I'm gonna have to do is just build like aviaries for them, and then we can keep all the exotic birds out there.
It's 10 feet of standing height. There's something about a shitbox truck that I just love.
What's that Dodge truck I want? P pump with the P pump.
Yeah, you want an old 12 valve with a P-pump.
That's a diesel, right?
It's 12 valve Cummins. It's what you have, but entirely mechanical, no electronics. Get one with a manual.
That's what he said. He said bonus if it's a 5-speed.
Well, they're bulletproof.
Yeah.
You're not gonna break it.
I watched a video last night on what for EMP, what vehicles you want. It just came up and recommended, so I listened to it. I sent it to you, but
Yeah, there's 5 vehicles really.
a Toyota with a 22R, a Toyota 1980s, 1990s Toyota SR5 with a 22R.
It's really common to see those conversion kits to run them on propane too.
Yeah, not the 22RE though. That's electrical. That's fuel injected. You don't want that one. AJ, his truck runs on propane. Can you run? Is it only gas motors that you can run on propane, or can you run diesel on propane also?
Well, diesel runs based on compression. There's no spark, so it probably won't set it off.
Got it. I knew we sent you to school for something.
So probably on the gas motors.
Let's go ahead and enter this while we're here.
It might even pre-detonate in a diesel. I don't know.
Is that bad?
It goes off before you're at the end of the cycle, and then you're fighting the explosion as you're jamming the piston into it.
We just need to pull the Suburban out. Go through it.
Brakes will be locked up again.
My skid steer, pull it. They'll unlock.
It'll unlock under its own power. It just takes some doing.
The Forerunner squeaks every time she pulls in reverse. The brakes. I think it's just, they just squeak a little bit. She said it's done. I don't recall. I figured, because I really noticed it after we took it out. We did a bunch of stream crossings this weekend. So I figured maybe some debris or something in it.
Flushed all the brake dust out of there.
Is that what's doing it?
Probably.
She said it's always done it, she said.
Mine fucking squeals coming to a stop. I take them at the end of my pads.
Is that what you're doing this weekend?
Oil change, pads, if I need to, rotors, if I don't need to, awesome. If I'm not doing primary diff, I don't know if I'm going to or not. I need to check service intervals and all that shit.
Yeah, is your truck not under warranty? No warranty with it?
No, I avoided that. The moment I started doing my own oil changes. By the end of the weekend, I'll be really good at cleaning windshields
Why?
because it's filthy.
Just spray your windshield down with something, do your service, and then just wipe your windshields off when you're done. Oh, vinegar works really good. All that foam shit in a can for cleaning windows, that shit works really well.
I was just gonna find some spray that was like a microfiber or something.
Yeah. Do you not remember when we did all the upstairs windows?
Yeah, but I didn't take part in that.
But that shit works really good, that glass cleaner stuff, and it stays on there until you wipe it off. It kind of foams up.
Yeah, I need to do that. I do also need to do the outside. One of the things I want to do is vacuum out the interior, try to get all the dust out of it. Clay bar, clay glass or whatever. Yeah.
On the glass?
Yeah. I've never seen that done on glass. I've seen it done to and then they have
Why don't you just take a different one of my trucks home every weekend and have your dad clean it up? Play it.
Gotcha.
I wish Brandon would hurry up and wrap his shit and get it done so I could have him do mine.
I know. He'd probably do yours before he'd do his.
He won't. He'll do part of it. Like
he'll do
a
the
part of
front.
my truck will be wrapped and then the rest won't. I finally bought new headlights. She's got new headlights in the 4Runner. They're fucking awesome. They're great. I was listening. I was reading in one of the 4Runner groups or something. Somebody said something about, looked it up, bought the whole kit. It's just replacement bulbs. And the ones have a fan behind them. So it's got the main beams, high beams, and fog lights. But we already put like crazy lights in place of the fog lights. But they work good. They work real well.
I've been meaning to ask you for like 3 days now. So after running the 4Runner the way you've got it set up, is there anything you would change? Or are you pretty happy with it?
Oh, I'm only limited by money. No, I wouldn't. Yeah, I would absolutely lift it. Yeah, bigger tires, more clearance for sure. There's plenty of dudes running 35s on those. There's guys running 37s on the Tundras all day long with like almost no lift, without the body mount chop either. Like there's ways to do it. I was just reading somebody was running 35s, or I think it was 35s, and they said, "What did you do for gearing?" And like, there's 100 or so people on there commenting. They're like, "We didn't change the gearing at all. I'm still running the stock everything."
My truck is slow.
But compared to what? Like slow, like not Suburban slow. Like that Suburban's got 456s in it, so. But I mean, she runs that
V8s and
4Runner. I look over all the time, and it's 85 miles an hour.
there's something very different between that 4Runner and my truck because they're not even comparable. And they've got the same motor in them.
So what do you think it is?
Tuning, gearing, the setup between off-road and pro package.
Yeah, you could have lower gears in there. That could very well be what it is.
Yeah, I think they're just set up differently.
Okay, that's going to go there. That's going to go there. But we need to fab up. We're going to put a piece of this across here. We'll cut this. Where the fuck is that other pair of scissors at?
You only have the one.
No, I had two.
Pair right there.
That's what I'm looking for. There we go. There we go. Brando puts all these lights in here, and I can't fucking
Can't see anything.
see shit.
I've never heard of someone having too much light on something.
It's the color. It's the color of the lights. People were actually commenting on the last video that the lights were really good, the way you had it set up. Okay, I need some 1.5 inches.
It's because I did it. It wasn't you. Tell them I said, hey, this is what we need to do this time.
People probably watch these videos and they're like, that motherfucker is drunk. He just walks around in circles all the time. I guess we did run 2-inch here, okay. And the handle was in the seam here. It's not on the top. That's why it's like that. Okay. I actually have the cut list out here for the med backpack. Top, bottom, sides. 2-inch whip. So I thought those were 7. I don't know who the fuck bends these T-pins.
Probably just get thrown around.
I need some 2-inch tri-glides. Yeah, just bring me a handful of them so we have them out here next time we need them. All right, so that's going to be the shoulder strap attachments right there. Let's figure out hardware on the back. That's this right here. We're going to need 1, 2, 3, 6 of these. So we'll just call these. I'll bet these are 3 inches. Yeah, I'll bet those are 3 inches. That's what we'll do them at. The scissors are mushing this webbing. They won't cut all the way through.
Too like soft or something.
No, they're just fucked up, so something's wrong with them. That's why I keep grabbing the other pair. Okay, there's that. There's that. We need these for those carabiner loops, which we probably wouldn't even use on this pack. No reason not to put them, I guess. We'll go from there to there. That looks like 5 inches. I think that's it. We still got to fabricate that bottom piece. Not sear these. You don't need to. We're going to conceal them. You're not going to see it. All right, so we're going to put these right at this depth where this is. And then we're going to put those shoulder straps off center. It looks like 4 inches. So we'll find center and we'll come 2 inches. 1, 2, and I'll make a mark on that side. That's the side I want this to go on. 1, 2, mark on this side. Do we have anything on the other side? I do. I have a piece of webbing that side and this side. I don't know why I would have done that. It's not, definitely doesn't need it. I think that green bag has a Tyvek label in it, which means it came from San Diego, probably that way. So we'll put this right about here. That'll work. Where do I have those set? Yeah, they're considerably higher, so there's really no reason that we're going to pull the, I don't know why we even make the shoulder straps removable. It's just simpler for the build. I do know why, because we made them slick, no foam padding, and we made them removable so that in the future we could do padded if we needed to. Out of thread. Time is it?
3:12.
Oh shit, we're way later than I thought. I don't know. I was thinking 2-ish.
All your clocks are off.
Brandel.
You fuck with him every time he comes here?
They're fine until he comes here.
You're magnetic. I'm the one that fixes them.
That's why
And then I come back and I'm like, why is this wrong? Why is that one set to 916? That one's always been wrong.
we're gonna find off. We're gonna find out that this building is wired so that it turns all the power off when you turn the light switch off or something.
The other ones off the saving stuff, but all the battery ones, they get fixed.
Yeah. I buy really big, old analog clocks when I see them, like school clocks or factory clocks. You know, the big old, like the zinc frames and shit around them. I buy those. You hear them, they hum or they go tick, tick. When it's real quiet. You hear them ticking.
I like those old 90s and 80s digital clocks with the big red letters that are like
Yeah.
this thick, huge.
Yeah.
It's like the fake plastic wood grain. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I've got my Nickelodeon clock too, from the 90s.
I like those clocks I see. They even have them on Amazon, but it's like a board and you set the tubes in them, and the tubes have the numbers. They're like 8s, right? And then the one part of the tube lights up. They're pretty cool, dude. They're very industrial. All right, we're going to conceal those with this. Am I messing this up? Just the half? No, I think I got it right. This is the short one here. No, I got it. I'm good. That's going to cover all that. This is the part that's going to go against your back. This is this part that just makes the pocket where you can stow the shoulder straps. We are not winding over here for some reason. And this is really just to conceal that. That's all this is for. And you can put one on the underside. It's not needed. And if you want it, you could put one on the underside, which would just conceal this, which does kind of look like shit. Maybe I should put one there. But anyways, there we go. And then this, we will edge tape this. I don't know why that's not winding that bobbin. Oh, well. Now, if you're concerned about water drainage through this, you could pop a grommet here. You could also slice this and then fold it back into a V, and that would kind of, in effect, give you a channel for water to evacuate. Edge tape right here, raw edge, burn it. You don't need to. You're going to catch this whole thing in edge tape. When you put all the seam together, you're going to conceal it. I'm a little short right here. It kind of pulled in when I edge taped it. Not worried. We'll trim that if we need to. This webbing here was a little longer. Again, you can burn it, but we are going to sew it and conceal it so you won't see it. There's that. That's the front. That's the back. This will go on the inside.
Guys are going to be in a hatched high risk for 80 mile per hour wind.
Say that again?
It's this high wind advisory, and it's called a day 3 hatched high risk.
Where's that? While we're traveling?
Primary concerns will be severe winds up to 80 miles per hour, valid from 3:13 to 3:15.
While we're traveling or here?
Both. To the whole area.
Into
Memphis
Arkansas?
will be pretty much the worst. Right where you're at will be second,
What time is this? When's this
all
start?
weekend.
All weekend.
But it's just wind.
I'll just wear my gloves.
I was about to say, wind is nothing.
I'll just wear gloves. All right, we need to fab that bottom piece. And mark this for this hardware here. And does that fall where I need it to fall? We know that these need to be these, so let's just this needs to go here and here, here and here. And then these will go 1 inch up from the corner, I think is what we'll do those at. What are you looking at?
I bought one of those from the surplus store and I used it as a tent.
As a tent?
Yeah.
Yeah, just an A-frame?
Yep.
Yeah, just like a tarp.
I had the bivvy under it. That's what I slept in out at Nathan Bedford.
Do you know anything about Nathan Bedford? The man?
A little bit, not much.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. His fucking,
Oh yeah.
his escapades. You should
They called him
listen.
the devil.
Huh?
They called him the devil.
They called him the devil.
That devil forest.
It was just the battles on horseback and shit, and how he got shot and continued fucking riding. And then when he got into town, he went and got a surgeon to remove the bullet out of his shoulder, and then
Pretty wild.
recovered for a week. And then
Men
like,
were hard back then.
Yeah, it was pretty like the history when they would send him out with a unit and then they'd pull him in to form up another unit and stuff. It was pretty wild. All right, that goes there. We'll put this on here. You know, another place we have to go is Waverly Hills. We haven't done that yet either. Yeah, Louisville,
Where is that?
Louisville, Kentucky. You won't go though.
It's 4 hours from me.
You're too scared.
Oh no,
You don't even watch scary movies.
I really don't.
Do you really not?
Not really. Especially new ones.
How do you know what to? How do you know how to make songs about them then?
Most of our songs are about old ones.
Oh, those aren't real scary movies though.
Yeah, but new scary movies aren't scary.
I'll pause on Instagram and like watch some short about a scary movie, horror movie, and then it'll show me like 50 of them in a row. Instagram really wants me to watch horror movies. Oh man, I'm putting all these on. These need to be upside down. I've put them all on fucking the wrong way. Huh? No, it just puts the words on the wrong side. Just,
okay, I see.
when you flip them, they look like the buckle's backwards. All right, we're going to slice this open again. I forgot to put these loops in here.
Look at the loops.
Just in case you want to hang it.
Oh, from the carabiner?
Yeah, carabiners are off headrest or whatever. Let's see what I'm doing here. I probably don't have to cut this piece back, but yeah, it'll be easier if I do. Okay, the handle comes from underneath. Man, I sewed this on so well too. I'm going to tear that up to take this off of here. All right, we're just going to put it right beside. Okay, so 4,000 acres right by you, and they have off your. Is it open to the public
No,
for off road
no.
trails?
It is completely private land owned by the government that no one's supposed to go on.
Oh,
It's because they're conserving the animals and different things there. It's like a conservation area.
so what happens if you get caught in there?
They will arrest you, and it's an actual felony offense because it's federal land.
All right, we're just going to sew this beside instead of stacking it. I'm going to have to remember it's there so I don't sew through when I seam it. I'm going to go ahead and tack this down so that we're got a backup in there. Not that you're ever going to use it nor need it, but if somehow you rip that top stitch, there's a second line in there. Put that there. Now we'll just zigzag back up here.
There's also it's like a wildlife management building that has like tools for everything, like a bunch of chainsaws and different like things to bring up there.
So the sinkhole, how deep is it?
About as big as like Camden.
The whole sinkhole.
It's the.
Can you
biggest
walk into the bottom
sinkhole.
of it?
So what happened is after it fell down, mountains are still all around the entire thing encasing it. So once you go down this mountain to this windy road in the woods, it opens up to farmland like you've never seen, encased by just mountains everywhere. And that's like Brady Mountain is the big one there. And it's like when you drive in, you are just shocked by like what it looks like. And now there's just grass growing. Like it's just the flattest looking football fields of grass everywhere, surrounded by these giant mountains. There's a big book on it. That's like where all the cave systems are.
That's what I was just going to ask you. Is there caves down there?
That's Saltpeter's Cave. All of these caves. Gravity,
Like miles of
miles
tunnels.
and miles and miles.
Are they mapped?
Some of them are. There's a book on Saltpeter's Cave that you can actually buy.
But nobody's allowed to go there now.
Certain caves, they're kind of tied off, but like Brady Mountain, where Saltpeter's is, you can go there. Miss Brady doesn't really care people going through her backyard. I mean, you're not supposed to.
But that's not in the sinkhole park or whatever?
Yeah, it is.
It is.
Yeah, you're not supposed to be going.
How old's Miss Brady?
She's in her 80s, late 80s now.
We should probably interview her before
it's
she...
my friend's grandma.
Yeah, we should probably get her on a podcast.
But every time you drive to her house, you'll see a bunch of cars parked in cow fields with bat stickers all over the back of them, just cavers.
Yeah. Are they there for the bats or are they there for caving?
Both.
And they just use the bats as an excuse to lock the caves off so nobody else can go in them?
Now there's a couple of ways in, but you have to rappel. The main way, though, you can still go in.
All right, we're close. All right, so there's that. There's the front. Now we got to build that bottom piece. Beans that we went off of this. I think we just need this plus a half. Let's probably add ½ inch. Why are all these extra marks on here?
So far, none of them have meant anything, right?
Well, no, I don't know. They mean something or they wouldn't be there. Okay, so we're just going to do this. This is the orientation. Goes this way. And we're just going to add a little bit on there. All right. Let's pin all this webbing up now that we're done with it. we've had a lot of guys over the years work through here, and it's just weird, the weird shit that people can or can't do. With your webbing, just hold the center, pull on it, and that will take all the slack out. And you'll usually get, you know, a couple feet by tightening it up. When you put your pin in, which I don't know where the pin for this is, don't take your pin and stick it straight through 30 layers or 20 layers of webbing. You want to skin at an angle and just catch this layer and maybe 2 or 3 more at an angle. Then you're not fighting pushing it through the whole roll, and you won't bend your pins. I don't know why people cannot grasp that, but it's just the most bizarre shit. You'll get dudes that just cannot fucking do that, even though you show them. All right, hand me that little roll of webbing there. Or, yeah, I'm sorry, I said webbing. Cordura. Here's the pin I couldn't find. All right. So we are assuming that this is a 1/2 inch mark on here, so we're going to move that pattern up. We're going to do the same thing right here. Now, I think we're going to alligator mouth this. And what I mean by that is when you sew these together, I've shown this a ton on a ton of these bags. When you sew this together, we can sew it like this, up, right, in between, face to face, meaning like this. And then this sandwich is in between. And then we're going to sew this. And we're going to flip these over and we're going to sew them again. Because this is such a small area to work with, I'm going to do it the other way, and I call that alligator mouth. I'm sure somebody who has read a lot of books and sewn a whole lot less than me will comment on here what the proper term is. Some guy that's done a lot less but knows a lot more. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a 1-inch mark here and a 1-inch mark over here. And that's going to give me a 1/2 inch fold in seam right here. And that's going to take this 7.5 inch piece and it's going to make it a 6 inch piece, 6.5 when I do this. I'm going to fold those in on both of them. I'm going to sew them together except for that alligator mouth. And I'm going to put my pals on here and my grommets. And then I'm going to take that alligator mouth and I'm going to open it up and tuck this right inside and sew it in properly on both sides. That's going to make that continuous hoop. It's going to be the top, sides, bottom. And then to that, we're going to put on the front and then put on the back. And then this bag, the body of the bag at that point will be complete. So that's what's going to happen. And on the bottom, it's going to look like this-ish, kind of. And I think I have enough room on there. This should be that or close to it. And I'm going to put 3 rows of pals on the bottom. Does it need that? No. Well, probably most people won't even use it. But on this one, that's what we're going to start with. That's what's going to go there. And then we will use this bag and determine whether we need all that. Normally when I put pals and attachments and shit all over and I see guys actually carrying a bag or using a bag in photos and shit, they don't actually have anything attached to it.
I attach attachments to them.
Yeah,
I put carabiners and different loops through them everywhere, but I never attach anything to them.
you attach attachments.
Mm-hmm.
All right, looks like 190, so 95 will give us the center on this. Yeah, just having snap links, and if you go on Amazon, you can get all kinds of plastic carabiners and stuff. But there's also a shit ton of anodized aluminum gates, wire gate, like real beaners, just stuff to, attach shit to, life support stuff. And you can get a box of, a dozen or 20 of them, and they're not expensive at all. You can get little micro, all kinds of shit. And if you have that shit there, then it's there if you ever need it. And you can decorate it however you want, man. They got all kinds of cool anodized colors and stuff. Okay, there's the center. Let's go ahead and give it 1.5 inches, 1.5 inches, 1.5 inches, 1.5 inches, 1.5 inches. Is it windy, or is that AC sets that I'm hearing?
I think it's the AC.
You think it's the AC?
I think so. I'm looking right now for your weather. Yeah, it's only 12 miles per hour right now.
This comes out a little more than what I've got there, I think. I got 6, 7, 8. Let's just cut 3 pieces of this at 8. Man, there is no pattern on this.
Pattern it off is black with a little bit in the middle.
It's the bottom. You're not going to see it, but I know you'll take some photos of this thing where you'll rarely see it. Like all of this, it's just
black.
Here, that'll work right there. Time you leaving tomorrow? Or are you leaving tonight?
I'm gonna try to leave. Might drive a little bit and get a hotel.
Drive what?
A little bit and get a hotel or something.
Yeah, I'm hoping to push through and get into Arkansas tonight. Or get to, where we're going tonight.
Yeah.
That'll work.
I'll do it.
What is that? Where is it?
What was that?
It's gonna be a wasp.
It's right there.
I need you to expire without snapping my ruler. There's a bunch of wasp juice all over
I was
that.
about to say it's all over the machine.
Taste it. See if it's bitter or sweet or
Probably.
give you superhero powers. You're gonna find out it's acid.
Yeah.
Mm.
You know what'd be nice? What'd be cool? If we
you know
got a
what?
paper towel roller right here.
It smells. It actually smells really sweet.
Yeah, it's probably just
It smells. It's probably radiator fluid. It smells just like radiator fluid. It even feels like radiator fluid. Man, all this time we could have been making illicit drugs from wasp guts. We just killed the first wasp of the year. Yeah, but one just landed here. I squashed him, and there was juice all over. The juice smells sweet, and it feels like radiator fluid. You ever had radiator fluid on your fingers?
I'm well aware. Yeah.
I bet there's some kind of crazy healing powers inside of that wasp juice.
Cures Lyme disease like bumblebees or whatever they are.
Lyme disease was released by the United States government. They actually said that in Congress the other day.
I saw that video that you sent me where they were like, for 80 years now. They've
Yeah,
been
80 years, yep.
That and Lone Star tick.
Yeah, the Lone Star tick's going to be them too. Alpha gal. Next time you kill a big fly, take your phone and the dead fly as soon as you kill it and zoom in. There's bugs crawling all over them. All right. Now we find out if this works or if this was all for nothing. Actually, let's put a handle on the top here. And that'll be the last thing before we put this all together.
This might be our second two-part series that goes up.
What's that?
This might be our second only two-part series.
Are you going to break this into two?
I don't know yet.
So I think we're working 11's right there. So that's should be the footprint. So let's go. I want this to bow up a couple inches, but not ridiculous. So what's that? 11, 12 and a half. Let's go 13, 14, and 15. That'll give us an inch. Let's go 15, 16, 17. That'll give us 2 inches to fold under and make a nice box X with. And I want it a little more rigid. So
There's so many gnats this year.
they're fucking already, man. Imagine how it's going to be. I assume it's because we've been raining and we have so many farm animals and shit. The pond out there, I'm sure there's all kinds of shit breeding in that right now. And we do live right on Tennessee Lake. Like when people come here, even us, you're not really cognizant of how close you are to the lake until you put a drone up. Okay, so
The swamp.
yeah, and the swamp. The swamp, it eats people. All right, we're going to reinforce this. We're going to make this a little stiffer. We're going to put a piece of 1 inch in here. And I said we're going to fold that under 2 inches on each side.
How are you going to go live tonight?
From the truck, I guess. Or just not, I don't know. I used to do lives in the truck all the time.
You still run a jetpack?
A jetpack. No, I don't even use jetpack anymore. I still have it and I travel with it and we still pay for it.
Mm-hmm.
But I just use the hotspot off the phone. If I even need it. I mean, because all I'm running is just my computer and I'm not like really trying to upload or anything. So I just use the hotspot off the phone. I really think we're going to get a mobile Starlink and just get rid of all
I've seen some
the other shit.
battery packs that they have so you can take their mini
Yeah.
and then just plug it into it.
Yeah, you can plug. They make an adapter that you can run the mini off of DeWalt or the red one, Milwaukee. I keep having Makita in my head.
Amazon had pushed it to me. I saw some battery packs and they've got like a USB port so you can charge your phone off of it.
You can run it off, just power off the dash too. Most of the guys running them like in the Toyotas, you just slide your sunroof, the screen back, you just slide the cover back, and it sits right between the window,
I don't have one of those.
right there.
Which means in 20 years my truck won't leak.
Hopefully. All right, I'm going to take this and sew this in here, and I'm going to sew this around this, which is going to give it a more rigid feel. And it comes out just a little over 1 inch. I don't love the way it looks. I like to do them where they come into themselves and it's actually 1 inch. But to get it a little stiffer, I'm going to put that in there and we'll see what that looks like in a second. And then we're going to fold that over and we're going to sew this basically right here. I think that's what we're going to do. A little longer than I need to be here. We don't need to worry about searing that because it's going to be fully concealed and sewn and encased several inches inside. No, you want to. Getting ahead of myself there. All right, what's the center on this? Looks like 8 is a 16. 8.5, 8.25. Not about the center. We want to go 6 or 5. Well, I'm going to fight that a little bit. We'll cut this off a little bit. Bring that in there. There we go. That's bothering me, that little fray that I didn't. I'm not even going to see it, but all right. Here to here. That makes it pretty small. Let's bring it up a little bit. So we're going here to here. Let's go a ½ inch more both ways. We might not like that once it's together. It might be too much. And we'll put this right here. Count my stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Man down. All right. I ain't never coming off of there. I'm just working off this stitch line here, making sure that I'm just kind of following that to keep it in so it'll look straight. And I said that was 10 stitches, so this one will be 10. That way they're even. All right. We're going to like that handle? I don't know. We'll see. Not in love with it. It'll work. Now we're going to put those in here, and we're going to fold those pals over, and we just got to put the panels on. I think I would prefer to have this as a bigger gap where that tucks further in. But I think this is where this one needs to be. Do I have? Yeah, I got the zipper pulls on here. Before we seal this up and can't open the bag. All right, now let's sew it back the direction that I want to work. Before we're fighting the other side being connected, we'll go ahead and sew these pals down so this set is at least a little easier. All right. And that bite in there is too small. I don't know why it was so small.
Would you do another half inch?
Yeah, I would definitely do something. Let's look at it and see if we even caught it all the way. It has been so long since I've built one of these. I'm not sure how much in the normal medical bag, how much we actually tuck that in there. We'll know if I'm fighting this to put it together and I have too much material. We'll know that's what it was. It should have gone deeper. I can't imagine that we sew this pals so close, sew this edge of this webbing so close to where that step is. All right, that should be the center there. This is the center here. It's just finding it, clocking it. Once you get that first stitch tacked in there, and then you just got to hold all this shit out of the way. If you're having a hard time doing that, you could staple those pieces out of the way if you needed to. Out of thread. Don't you have a goat coffee shop in your town?
Yep.
Do they have goats in the coffee shop?
Yep. They have them everywhere.
What's
We
the
used to rent our building to those people.
what's the health department say about that?
I don't know, but it's really nice. I don't think they allow them in the actual eating area, but if you eat outside, they're running around.
Got it.
Really nice people. And they make soap too, like homemade soap.
From the goat milk.
Yeah. They make all kinds of homemade stuff. And she used to teach classes on it.
But they got some good cinnamon rolls in there. I'm coming up a little short here, which means we couldn't have put more in there. So we need to make this piece. Let's make that bottom piece 1 inch bigger than whatever this is. So this is going to be 7 tall, but this is going to be 8.5 wide. And to be clear, I don't give a fuck what the health department says about it. I was just curious how they worked around that.
It was really small when we first met him. Now it's huge. The guy, the husband of the owner, well, I mean, I guess the co-owner, but the husband there is an amazing woodworker. Like, an amazing woodworker.
I think they have one, or there's a Goat Coffee in Franklin, Tennessee. And I think it's the same company.
These are like... I don't know. They're very small town.
Yeah.
And he's covered in prison tattoos.
I don't think that matters.
No.
I think motherfuckers are covered in prison tattoos, even that didn't go to prison. All right. I'm going to sew this in bites. I don't want to, I can't put it on the inside to sew it, and I don't want it to pull in the opposite direction. I want the pleats where I run out of room on the bottom to be the same on both sides. So I'm just kind of pulling it here, and I'm sewing it in a couple of different sections right here. You can see here how this is pulling over. I don't have enough of this piece and too much of this piece because of it, so. Tack this here. Travel back, kind of mush that all down. There's the back. There is the sides. This bag seems huge. Yeah, it seems bigger than that one. There's that. You can see where I ran out of room. You can't see it. I put the excess on the inside, so you don't know that that even happened. And we put the face on. And hopefully these straps, once put together, line up with these straps. But you can see I'm off a bit from there. Like these should have been here instead of off, you know. But we'll see. Hopefully this lines up. If it doesn't, it'll just, the straps will pull to the angles a little bit. And then we'll address that on the next build. Will you grab those cutters for me? Or any cutters? Any nip? Not nips, but front end cutters, those zipper cutters. Already marked here. Thanks.
Want to cut those off before you saw them?
Yeah. I would not recommend doing that like I did, sewing from here down and then sewing from here in the same direction. If you're not real good or accustomed to it, I would tell you to sew this side this way and this side the opposite direction so you get equal stretch. So when you go to put it together, it all clocks. But you can't always do that. Look like there's tons of stuff in there, done. Yeah, I'll bet she's pulling her hair out on that table in there.
She wasn't at the table when I walked in there. She might have been doing ground notes or marking something.
Time is it?
4:29.
Yeah. She better get up on that table pretty quick.
Been over there through the day.
Ooh, I got something really wrong here. I've got this mark here, but it's not center. It's not even fucking anywhere close to center. This is, but this mark right here is way off. Like way off. What in the fuck? Where did that mark even come from? another one on here? That one. I don't know what that is. All right. Well, this is good. This is not. Now, this is single layer Cordura, both pieces, so you want to be very careful cutting this apart. You have the potential for this whole build here to be. Put my glasses on. I can see this better. I am cutting the stitches. Seam rippers for communists.
I know, literally, so I'm a communist.
Okay, here's what happened. See that mark?
Yeah,
That's that corner. See that mark?
that's center.
That's the center.
Probably that's where the center was supposed to be.
Something happened, yeah. I think that's what it was. Yeah. What I'm really doing is pulling these and then touching it and mushing it between the razor blade and the table once I get a hold of the thread. Sometimes it will kind of pull it or wipe it out of there, but now that should be the center. So let's try this again. here's where you can see where I'm coming up short that much, which is about 1/2 inch, 3/4. That's what I'm coming up short. So I'm gonna just sew that right across. It kind of folds, tucks that in there. You don't really see it from the outside. I'm just doing this in little bites rather than the other direction because I don't have a lot to work with on this side to put that side down. So I'll kind of all right.
Moment of truth.
Now we got it where we need it now. Now, if you wanted to, you could sew a piece of foam into the back of this and then, you know, quilt it or put chevrons in it or whatever to affix it. You could also simply put a sheet of plastic in the back of this, or even a sheet of plastic with tracks of webbing with aluminum stays in there if you wanted to. This bag doesn't need that at all. Plus the contents inside it We're going to make it pretty rigid. We are completely out of time. Should have made these straps longer. I didn't take into consideration. I used the straps off the normal med backpack, and this backpack is twice as wide. There's the bottom. Those line up. Though if you use these pals, you wouldn't be able to use those. So you would just roll them up and dominate them off, I guess. But we'll go ahead and sew tabs on these, which will make them even shorter. The fix for this is we'll, not today, but we'll take these and cut these at 1 inch. And then on that 1 inch piece, sew a longer piece on here. So there's those. There's that handle.
Do you like the handle?
I don't know if I like the handle or not.
Back in the day, they would have had one radius.
This, yeah, it would have held one radius. It's pretty good though.
Yeah, I love the actual depth of it.
Yeah, I mean, once you start stacking it out, it does seem, it seems bigger, but it's not. I mean, I think once you put stuff in there, and it's going to hold its shape a lot better. This one's a lot stiffer on the sides because this extra piece here. So that's, you know, helping hold its shape too. These were some different shaped, different sized mesh pockets that I'd made. Those hold really just an IV, whereas our big mesh pockets hold 2 IVs. So you had fluids across the back. You had fluids across the back. So all your weight was on the back. And then you could stick all of your cards and such onto the face. Those suckers sure stick well. And I thought I had pulled a card out. I thought I had another one floating around here earlier. Maybe not. Plus this is 1,000, so it holds its shape a little better too. But really, they're about the same size, which it should be. The math says that it is. Now it looks a little different. Now it's got some stuff inside it. It's not just a wet sock. Let's go ahead and sew these. I'm going to sew these so that I can get one wrap through them. Which renders them with very little adjustment as short as I made these, but we'll fix these later, but this will let this clip in and you can actually get some photos of this thing. I still don't have any shoulder straps. That looks a little more controllable now. Looks a little more presentable, I guess I should say. Now it just needs some kind of shoulder strap. I don't have any 550 out here either. All right, let me move all this bullshit off there. All right, Brandel's going to show you a bunch of cool video and pictures of this thing so you get a little better idea of what it looks like now that it's done. Obviously, this is not how you would load it out. This is just some stuff we had out here that we sat in here to kind of show you. The footprint is still the same as our main medical bag. You can put 4 small or 2 large or a combination on there. You can do that on the back wall and you can stack them out. What we have in here is just some tear-off cards on the front of those old pockets that I had made. These mesh pockets that are in here, there's 3 of them. They're in between the size of these. These were made specifically for 1000 IV bags. You can put whatever you want, and with the strips, you can just stack them out. This bag obviously will hold a ton more than what we have. We just sat it in here so you could see it with some medical stuff in there. We are literally out of time, and we are taking off and heading to Arkansas. And we will revisit this bag next week when we're back.